I can say, wow. I mean, what an effort. The resilience of this team week in and week out is special. And the resilience, it's not shown for the 3.5 hours on game day. Some of the things that we encountered this week and some of the things we had to overcome this week just to get here, just to play, and the attitude that our guys kept, the way that they wanted to go play. So proud of them. I mean, it's just they week in, week out, with all the adversity that they have to face, find a way to make it. They play for each other so hard. Obviously, we had to grind it out offensively. We struggled to protect the air today, but you know, it's like what we found out last week defensively. Sometimes you're not going to have your A game, and you got to find different ways to win games. And you know, we've been talking about all year. That's what we're learning how to do, and we did it. We did it. I mean, we made the plays in the fourth quarter when we felt like we would. We've been strong in the fourth quarter all year. We felt like that would be telling, and sure enough, it was. So, again, very proud to be 7-1. All the credit goes to the players, and they've earned it. They've earned what they've got, every bit of it. So, with that, questions?
All right, Coach.
Good morning. You heard Mannie Presser after 25-24 win yesterday up in Blacksburg against Virginia Tech. I mean, Mannie said it all right there. This team grinded it out. This team gutted it out. And this team refused to lose. Period. That's as simple way it is. Simple as that. But I'm going to give you my thoughts on the game yesterday. Someone mentioned last night in a YouTube video, it was called character building. Culture. Change the culture. We're starting that process slowly. Yesterday was just another step in that process. Offensive line didn't step up until it had to. Didn't protect King as it should have. 6 sacks allowed yesterday. But you can't underestimate us. You can't underestimate us. This team found a way to win. Now, yes, it wasn't pretty, and yes, it was ugly. But we got the W, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. That being said, I did not like the fact we committed 8 penalties for 77 yards yesterday. That's got to get cleaned up. We got the chain out defensively when we had to. Especially in that fourth quarter. When we had to make a play, we did just that. We had 26 first downs. We had 386 yards of total offense yesterday. We did allow 362. But it stepped up again when it had to. I mean, that's all it boils down to. Making plays when you have to make them. I mean, we did get to Hooker yesterday twice. 6 times, but overall it was more us stepping up defensively when we had to. But Derek King stepped up in the fourth, and this team stepped up in the fourth when it had to. So it was a gutty win, solid win. And this team, again, refused to lose. And that's the mentality I'm starting to see with this team. This team refuses to lose. Period. We're learning to win close games now. We didn't do that last year. Last year, we don't win this game. And the kicking game, man. Kicking game. This team will find new ways to win each week. Kicking game, last year would have failed us. This year, it's our strength. I mean, what can you say? Jose, again, comes up big when big when we need to. Comes up absolutely huge again. Lou Headley, what can you say? Punting game, field position, got to win the field position battle. But this is where we are right now. And with that, I'm going to give out the grades. Offense. See, offensively, I'm going to give a B. Reason I'm doing that is we did not protect Derek King. 6 sacks yesterday. That's a problem. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Offensive B. 6 sacks allowed yesterday. Offensive line play did not do a good enough job protecting King as a whole. But in the fourth quarter, when it had to step up, it did. Running game's got to start getting better. Now King only had 15 yards rushing, but most of that was 6 sacks allowed. Come on, that's gotta get cleaned up. That's gotta get cleaned up. Receivers, D had a 100-yard game yesterday. Mike 51, Noodles 50, BJ 22, Mallory 21, Jeremiah 5. That's got to get better. I like that, but we gotta get BJ and Will more involved in the offense, a little more. Defensively, I'm gonna give the defense a B. The reason I'm gonna do that is because while we had 6 sacks and 11 tackles for loss, defense didn't show up in the first half and in the first 3 quarters. Again, this team stepped up in the fourth quarter. Again, the D stepped up in the fourth quarter when it had to. Got the chain out in another key spot. What can you say? Just incredible. I mean, D stepped up again. D stepped up really in the fourth. Now, special teams. I'm going to give them an A-. The reason I don't give it an A or an A+ is because X's fumble there. But aside from that, solid kicking performance, solid special teams play. I did not like the fact we allowed a 21-yard punt return there and a 38-yard, a 13-yard return from Holston there. But aside from that, special teams, very, very good. Very good. Now I'm going to give out the game balls. My first game ball, of course, believe it or not, is going to go to D. Wiggins. 8 catches, 106 yards. Solid performance from D again. My second game ball is going to go to Mark Pope. 4 receptions, 50 yards, and the game-winning TD. My third game ball is going to go to the entire defense, especially stepping up in the fourth quarter. When it had to make a play, it did. And it did just that when it had to. And my fourth game ball, of course, is going to go to Derek King. 24-38, 255, 1 touchdown. That was the game winner, the Noodles. And most importantly, no picks. We did not, and the good part is we did not turn the ball over yesterday, and that was critical. Now, while we do have some things to clean up, we will get those cleaned up. We enjoy this today. Tomorrow, turn the page to Georgia Tech, which I'll talk about on Saturday. Saturday night game, 8 o'clock at Hard Rock. It'll be on ACC Network. I'll talk about them when I drop a pod on Saturday. Great to be 7-1. Win or lose, go Canes.